this video, we'll be covering the next chapter of the Tamil Nadu NCERT, that is Mahajanpadas and Rise of Magadh. And in this, we'll see that how from the 16 Mahajanpadas, the Magadhan Empire emerged as the strongest empire. And we'll be covering that chapter with the help of the short notes. So let's start. Now, around 600 BC or in the beginning of the 600 BC, that is after the later Vedic period, there was the emergence of the large number of independent kingdoms. Some were monarchical forms of government and some were republic. The monarchical form of government, basically these type of kingdoms were concentrated in the Gangetic plains, and the republics, these were scattered in the foothills of Himalayas and northwestern India. Now, some feature about these republics, they were basically some of the republic, they consisted of only one tribe, like Shakyas, Lichavis, Mallas, and others, they consisted of 2 or 3 tribes. Now, how the decision were taken in these republics? All the decision by majority vote, and majority not by the king or its we can say the council. It's by the majority was this majority decision was taken with this public assembly, like power of decision in all the matters were vested in this public assembly, and this public assembly composed of this tribal representatives or the heads of the family. That is, the power to take the decision was with the people, that is the public assembly or the by majority. The next, Buddhist literature Anguttara Nikaya. It gives list of around 16 great kingdoms, 16 Mahajanpadas. That is, we get to know that there were 16 Mahajanpadas in the beginning of that 600 BC from this Buddhist literature. And these were those 16 Mahajanpadas. Now next, by the mid of the 600 BC, out of these 16 Mahajanpadas, only 4 kingdoms survived. And later, out of these 4 kingdoms, it was only the Magadhan Empire which survived. Let's see how. Now, the first kingdom among these 4 kingdoms, Vatsa. It was situated on the banks of river Yamuna. The capital of the Vatsa was Kaushambi, and the popular ruler was Udayana. Udayana strengthened his position by entering into the matrimonial alliances with the various kingdoms like Avanti, Ang, and the Magadhan region. Now, after his death, that is, after the death of the popular king Udayana, the Vatsa kingdom was annexed to Avanti. Hence, we see the end of the Vatsa kingdom as it was annexed to the Avanti. The next is Avanti. Avanti was there in the region around Madhya Pradesh. The capital was Ujjain. The popular ruler of the Avanti was Pradyota. Pradyota patronized Buddhism, and he became powerful by marrying Vasudetta, the daughter of Udayana. So, Udayana was the ruler of Vatsa kingdom, and Pradyota, the ruler of Avanti, married the daughter of Udayana, Vasudetta. This kingdom was taken over by the Magadhan rulers. So, Vatsa kingdom was annexed to this Avanti, or Avanti has annexed that kingdom, and Magadh kingdom annexed the Avanti, or it was taken over by the rulers of the Magadh. The next is Koshala Mahajanpad. This capital of Koshala was Koshala. The famous ruler was Prasenjit. Prasenjit was in regular dispute with that of the Ajatashatru. Now, this Koshala Mahajanpad also became the part of the Magadhan Empire. Prasenjit was highly educated, and he also strengthened his position by entering into the matrimonial alliances and with the Magadhan Empire. His sister was married to Bimbisar, Koshal Devi. We will see it later. And Kashi was given as a dowry to her. Now, after this conflict, that is the regular dispute of the Ajat Shatru, Prasenjit married the daughter of Bimbisar. Now, the Magadhan Empire. Then it was the nerve center of the political activity in the North India. The capital of the Magadhan Empire was Rajgriha. There were also many capitals like Patliputra, Vaishali, but we'll see it later. So the first capital of the Magadhan Empire was Rajgriha. This Magadhan Empire was endowed with certain geographical advantages as well as strategic advantages. It has got fertile soil as well as iron ores and various minerals deposits. It has got the strategic position also, or strategic location. Now, during the reign of the Ajat Shatru as well as the Bimbisar, both were from the Haryanka dynasty, the first dynasty of the Magadhan Empire. the prosperity of the Magadha reached its zenith. Now we'll see Bimbisar. Bimbisar was the contemporary of both Vardhaman Mahavira as well as Gautam Buddha, and Bimbisar belonged to Haryanka dynasty. He strengthened his position by entering into the matrimonial alliances. Like I told, Prasenjit married his sister with that of Bimbisara. So the first alliance was with the ruling family of Koshala, married the Koshala Devi, the sister of Prasenjit, and he was given Kashi as a dowry, from where he yielded huge land revenue. Now the next marriage was with the Chillana, the princess of Lichavi family of the Vaishali. Now, what were the benefits he got from this marriage? First of all, this marriage secured him the safety of the northern frontier. He extended his empire till the borders of the Nepal, and then later he married Khema of the royal house of the Madra in the central Punjab. Now, this Magadhan empire annexed the Ang. He defeated the Brahmadatta of the Ang and annexed that Ang kingdom into his empire. Then maintained friendly relations with the Avanti. So Avanti was not annexed by the Bimbisara or during the Haryanka dynasty. The Avanti was annexed to the Magadhan Empire, but it was in the Shishunaga. It was during the Shishunaga dynasty. So earlier Avanti had friendly relations with that of the this initial dynasty of the Magadhan Empire, that is Haryanka dynasty. Now he was contemporary of both Vardhaman Mahavira and Buddha. Both religion, Jainism and Buddhism, they claim him as their supporter as well as devotee. He made numerous gifts to the Buddhist Sangh. It seems that he was either forced to commit suicide or he was killed by his son Ajat-Shatru. Now we'll see Ajat-Shatru, his son. Ajat-Shatru, in his initial phase, he was the follower of Jainism. Later he converted or embraced Buddhism. He met Gautam Buddha, and this scene of meeting is depicted in the sculpture of the Barut Stupa. He constructed various chaityas as well as viharas, and this information is as per the Mahavamsa, the Buddhist chronicle or Buddhist literature. He was in fight with the Koshala king Prasenjit as well as Vaishali. From the Vaishali, he achieved great success, and this increased his power, prestige, and the war with the Vaishali lasted for about 16 years. Now, he realized the strategic importance of the small village, that is Patligram or the Patliputra. He fortified it, and later his successor Udayan founded this Patliputra as a new capital. So, also one more information about Ajat-Shatru. Ajat-Shatru convened the first Buddhist council at Rajgarh, the first capital of the Magadhan Empire, Magadhan Empire. Then immediate successor was Udayan. He laid foundation of the new capital Patliputra. This Patliputra, situated at the confluence of the Ganges as well as Son, later later it became the imperial capital of the Mauryas. Now, the last king of the Magadhan Empire was killed by the Shishunaga dynasty. So, the king of the Shishunaga dynasty. So, it was captured by this next dynasty, and the capital was shifted from Rajgir to the Patliputra. Now, this Shishunaga defeated the king of Avanti. And after the Shishunaga, the empire began to collapse, and his successor was Kal Ashok or Kaka Varman, who organized the second Buddhist council at Vaishali. And it was during the reign of Kal Ashok that the capital shifted to Vaishali. Then the Kal Ashok was killed by the next dynasty, that is Nanda dynasty. Now Nandas. During Nandas, the fame of the Magadhan Empire reached new heights, and the conquest, it went beyond Gangetic Basin plus North India. So Mahapadmananda was the most powerful ruler among these Nandas. Mahapadmananda uprooted the Kshatriyas in the North India and assumed the title of Ekarat. Then Puranas speak of extensive conquest by the Mahapadmananda. Means these Puranas, they give us the information about this conquest of the Mahapadmananda. And the conquest of the Kalinga by the Nanda was given in this Hathi Gumfa inscriptions, or very well described in this Hathi Gumfa inscriptions. He was a great empire builder. According to the Buddhist tradition, Mahapadmananda ruled for about 10 years, and he had 8 sons. The last ruler was Dhananand. He possessed huge army, powerful army, as well as enormous wealth, and he gained so much of wealth by following this oppressive way of tax collection. So the people resented, and taking the advantage of this discontent, it was the Maurya, Chandragupta Maurya, and Chanakya or the Kautilya. They organized the popular movement against the Dhananand and successfully established the Mauryan Empire. And it was during the reign of the Dhananand that Alexander invaded India. So that's all. If you like this video, then do subscribe the channel. Thank you.